Hi guys, so today I'm going to try out the new Autoship from Crafts Companion that was brought to HSN. What I mean that is that I signed up for the first sentiment banner, today special with the Autoship option. So this Autoship is not quite available on HSN yet, but maybe by the time you watch it, it will be there. Either way, in the description box, I always have affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items to those links. I mentioned in the unboxing video, in the haul video, that I know HSN now has the Autoship #1, which was, I think, thanks and... No, this one's thanks. Love and I think the word you or something like that. I don't really remember right now, but a little different colorway. It's still pastels, but it's like pinks and grays, where this one has mint greens and pinks and corals and stuff like that. But I'm going to do something a little bit different. I know last time I'm still going to grab some paper from my stash, but I think the last time around I did the stamping, did the cutting, and then I just did a whole topper thing from other papers. But what I can do today, I think, is I'll take some of the papers in here, because apparently this is how they wanted it to coordinate, right? So it's like the peaches and pinks and mint color. I don't know if they coordinate all that well. Maybe the pinks and the mint probably, or the coral. There's white paper in here. I have some baker's twine. I don't know if I'll get around to using that. And then, of course, the dies. But what I'm going to do is look through my stash and find some kind of paper pack or something that goes with this colorway. What I'm thinking about is using like the mint green and then topping it with like this, and then some paper that coordinates, hopefully. I don't know. So I'm gonna go look through my stash. I think what I'm gonna try to do is look through some of the old subscription boxes and maybe I'll find something that has these colors in it, okay? But I'll be right back. Okay, so recently, not super recently, I took apart all my sub boxes and only kept them in the Year of Craft boxes, which are the ones that are like sliding boxes. And so I took everything out, put the papers, if it came with dies and stamps and whatever, all that stuff, kept them together. So this came from box 15 to 19. I don't know which exact number it came from, but I think this paper, look at that. So it is very kind of playful, but hopefully that'll work for us. So let me put this to the side. And then we're going to stamp and cut these guys. Oh, my glue wanted to show up. Okay, so here we are. These card bases are 4x6, so what I'm going to do is, and you can take a cute die, of course. It doesn't always have to be straight edges, I'm sure. I don't know that I have a lot of dies that mat into an A4, though. I didn't think about that. How wide is this? 4x6. I'm trying to think. Nah, it's 5 3/4. I mean, that leaves a lot. Me, I like a tighter fit, but it would be like this. Why not? Okay, by 4. So if I have 5 3/4, that means 3 3/4. Let's see what it looks like. I mean, that's really a lot of edge, but that's okay. Actually, this card is bigger on the one side than the other. I guess we can leave it that way. There's a little thing hanging over here, and I can cut that off too if it bothers us enough. Okay, so are we going to keep the same amounts? If we do, and this will be 3.5 by 5.5. If we're doing the same amount of like layer, right? Very small now. That's okay. Okay, so we're using those colors, these papers. Let me pick out some ink. I was thinking about heat embossing whatever I stamp this time. And kind of what I wanted to do was like, thanks for being there, for your hospitality. That's kind of different. Grateful. Let's see. Let me look at these and let me grab some ink and I'll decide which one I want to stamp today. Oh, a lot of stuff sitting here on the... So I'm going to use VersaFine ink. This is the paper it came with to stamp on. I have the clear embossing powder. I have my little embossing buddy, which Ranger makes now. I know that one was probably Inkadink-a-Doo. It's really old, but I don't even know if that company's still around or whatever happened there. I'm going to take these guys off. Now, there's lots of ways to stamp these, whatever you prefer. I want to use this one because I feel like I want something that has like a curve or a flourish to it, and that's more on this set than like this bottom set. So I'm going to take this guy. A quick and easy way to do this too is don't even take it off of here. Just take this, turn it over like this. A lot of times I'll ink it up and then I'll bring my paper to that and just smooth it over the back, but it's up to you. I'm gonna use a stamping tool today. We'll see how that goes. Again, a big acrylic stamp. And I think it'll fit on this. That's why I was, oh, not that way. Kind of curious of this. Okay, let's say it's there. What I'm curious of, okay, is my paper. I guess I probably should have put this down first, right? Generally, we put our paper down first, and then we see where we need to be, but that looks pretty good. I mean, I'm side to side. Again, when we bring out the die, it might be that the paper needs to be in a different spot, but that happened last time. I put it down, and then I was like, oh, that's weird. It didn't line up. I'm gonna put this, like, oof. I don't know that I'll be able to use these guys. Let's not use that. Let's just tape. Just in case. Because I don't really, you know, that stamp is a huge hunk of stamp. And it might be that it's just going to be in the way. So I'm just going to tape that down. Okay. So before I stamp, since I am going to heat emboss this, I'm just going to take a little of this guy, rub that everywhere, ink this up super well. And again, this is a really big stamp. It's possible, like you can see through here, that there's a lot of air bubbles. Those might make it impossible for you to stamp, so just try to get as many of them out. I'm not going to worry about too much because these are just words, but I can feel like that was really puffy right there, so let's get that out. A lot of times when you just have thin line stamps, it's not the biggest deal. Okay, so I'm using VersaFine because it stays wet for a long time and I can emboss with that. Trying to make sure everything is inked up. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we're placing that there. And I'm just going to use the back of my hand. For some reason, this, oh no. There is a lot of overstamping on this one. It's quite possible it's going to get on my paper, but oh well. You guys, that is not bad. I am pretty happy with the way that turned out. Okay, this one's missing a little something down here because it does have to do with that part. So maybe I'll just really quickly put this back on here and just hit that area. Oh, you know what it is? I didn't ink it. So I'm not even going to worry about it. I didn't put ink on that little corner there. Okay. I don't want to get any ghosting just in case. Look at that. This is much better. Usually I struggle with these. You guys know that. I'm going to pour this here, and this is going to be... I probably don't need to do that one because I missed that spot anyway, so I don't really care how that one turns out, but this is going to be interesting because this is just clear embossing powder, and I'm going to have to really get it on here to know that they're all sealed. Okay. Ooh, I'm almost out of the whole jar. Okay. Like I said, I didn't waste my product on that one because I'm not sure that I'm going to use it anyway, so. Okay. Now that can take a moment to sit there. What I'm going to do is put this away since there's so much. I don't want to mess this up. All I'm going to do is fold that up. Oh. Alright, and then I'm just going to heat set this as my... Okay, I try to keep this plugged in all the time, but sometimes I don't. So again, with this stuff, wait till it warms up, and as soon as you see the color changing, move away from that area to the next place. I'll leave this here for a second. I know it's loud, sorry guys. Just like that. So as soon as you see it turn from matte to shiny, just move away. Pretty good. Again, I didn't worry about this one down here since I know I didn't stamp it as well as I should have. But honestly, that is a lot better than the go I've had with these. So what happens is it gets a little bit warped when you're using a heat tool, so it'll be fine though. So let me grab the original set so I can get this cut out, and I'll be right back. Okay. And we'll need the one, obviously it's the one with more banners, so you can see that this has more banners. But also another way to look at it is like it has 1, 2, 3, 4 X's, and this one has 4 X's, where this one only has, I think, 3. So anyway. And as you can see, this helps stick that. These are the words from last time, and then I'll put the words from this time on there, and then I'll tuck in, you know, the new stamp set in there. Ooh, I need to wash off that stuff. It's just sitting here, and that's dangerous because this is still has tons of ink on it. And yeah, so I'll wash that off right now. Again, with these guys, you're supposed to line up the X's. And that's what helps you put them down. Again, I had this on here pretty well. It looks like they're all gonna make it. Hopefully, I'm not losing anything over here. So that's good. So X, X, X right there, and one more down here. That just helps you so you know you have it in the most correct spot. I'm going to try to catch two of these without touching the embossing so it doesn't pull that off, just in case. But see, so I'm kind of touching the paper so that this doesn't move. And I'm going to run this through. So this would fit in your Platinum 6. It looks like it would probably fit in your Gemini just because of the width of it. As you can see, it's about just under 6 inches wide. So that fits through a lot of machines. I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I just ran it through my tangerine. They look really nice, especially embossed, because it just gives it that extra little oomph. So let me take these off and then we'll take a look at how they actually came out, okay? Because usually some will be way off and some are like cut off or just something weird, but I'll be right back. So let's just get this off of here. So far what I'm looking at, this is the first time I'm like, wow, that was good. So hopefully they revamped it. Maybe they heard people's feedback. I don't know. Again, this is the one that I knew wasn't going to be right, so I could probably finish it off, but I pushed that down so that one's thicker than this, and I don't care for that, so we can toss that one. But, I mean, look at that. With the embossing, it looks really nice for being there and blessed. I mean, those hit right on for your thoughtfulness, right on. This is the first time, seriously, that I'm like, this is good. For your friendship, you're the best. A little bit crooked on that one. A bunch, very much. Eternally, I mean, these are right on. This, I'm really happy with this. A card full of, for your love and support, and again, it looks like a little banner. I mean, for your hospitality, right on. Really great. Okay, so let's bring our card back. There's a bunch of dust on here. That's okay. I was gonna clean it off right now, but let me grab my card base and put some of these things away, and I'll be right back. Let's just glue these down because I know these are just gonna be glued down. So this one, and this other one right on top. I'm gonna center it as well as I can, and then I'll just glue this one right on top of this. Okay. So it's a bummer that for everything didn't come out right, but thanks for my family and friends. I guess grateful for my family and friends. That's sweet. Kind of interesting. Thanks, you're amazing for all that you do. How about thanks for all that you do? And the word thanks. Now, I was thinking about what I can put on top of here. Okay. So we still have some of this paper. Not wide enough to go across this whole thing, but what I can do, we saw the pink, and then we have the minty color. So what I'm going to do is make like strips. So I'll make a strip that goes this way. So if we had the word thanks, let's pretend we have a strip, whatever, for all you do. Let's see if this is the background one. I'll just be like this. Let's say 1.5 inches. No, let's go 2 inches by 4. Okay, I'm gonna do 2 inches by 4. So I'll be right back. This is 2 by 4. Just gonna be like a band. And if we want to keep the same proportions as we have back here, then we're gonna take off, what was it, 1/4 inch? I don't even remember right now. I think so, right? Wasn't this paper 5 3/4 inches? Let's see. Yeah, so 1/4 inch off. So 2 by 4. And then this one's going to be still 4 inches wide because I'm not going to account for the edges. I just want the top and bottom to be a little bit different. So 1 3/4 by 4, and then 1.5 by 4. Okay, I'll be right back. So it'll be something like this. I'm just going to glue these together, and then I'm going to trim them down if they need any trimming. So what I'll do for that is put it to here. Make sure that one side is completely lined up nice and straight. And if the other side needs some trimming, I'll do that. This looks like it needs to be trimmed a little bit off right there. So I'm just going to bring this over here and try to line that up again. at 2 inches. Oh my gosh, it was like the smallest amount, and it's still a little bit crooked there. It might be this pink paper that's crooked, but that's what happens when you try to do things straight across. So I'll line it up again on the left side. And what I'm saying is that way whatever might be left over here, because you can see it's not exactly the same. Because every time I cut it, I'm eyeballing it. I'm going to make sure to cut that off at 4 inches, okay? Okay, so we have this here. And then thanks, and then for all that you do. I think that'll be good. Now, I could cut this from like the same peach color that's in there. I kind of want it to pop. If we did black, is that too stark? Oh, maybe gold. You know we like gold. Ooh, I have a really shiny gold. Okay, I'm gonna run this through some gold paper and I'll be right back. I actually found this little piece of, I think, Baroque rose or something. I don't remember exactly the name of the color from Tonic. One of my favorite colors. You think I'd remember the name, but I don't. That's pretty. Okay, so let's just stick this down. And that's it. Now we can do a lot of dimension. You can pop all these pieces up, you know, as you're working with them. I'm just keeping them pretty much flat. And I'm going to glue this down. And then I'll pop up the for all that you do. So I'll put some dimensionals on that. Should I put it like right here? I'm just eyeballing left and right. I'm assuming the T and the K are almost the same height. I don't know. That's a little bit crooked, huh? Let's bring it down. Nope, nope, nope. Just a little. Let me get some dimensionals on this and I'll be right back. Cut a few dimensionals on here strategically. Thanks. See, this was hard about these scrolls. Should we line up the scroll straight and have the words sideways kind of, or like, I don't know what the intention is for that guy. So I'll just put it here and be happy with that. Alright guys, thanks for watching. You know, just something different. Again, I just used the papers that were in there, try to match it up with something I might already have in my stash so that we can have some pattern paper. But as far as the stamps themselves working, these are so much better than the other ones that I've tried, the other iterations of it. So that's a very good thing. Alright guys, thanks for watching. And these guys I'll pop in the pocket there with the original set, all the different ones I already have cut, and you know, use them as I see fit. Alright guys, see you at the next one. Bye now.